Well, hello and welcome to the Clue Bird. Imagine waking up every morning and finding $86,400 deposited in your account. That's every day without fail. But there's one condition. Whatever you didn't use that day, it would disappear at midnight. No rollovers, no saving accounts, no second chances. I think we would agree that most people would suddenly become very careful, very intentional, and suddenly becoming very aware of where each and every dollar went. And yet something even more valuable is given to us every day. It's 86,400 seconds. Time, your precious commodity. This is the Clue Bird, whispering sage advice for those willing to listen. Money can be earned back, as opportunities or investments sometimes return a profit. But time only moves in one direction, forward. That's why time is not merely something you spend. It's something you must invest. And whether we realize it or not, we're making our time investments every day, all day long. Every conversation, every habit, every distraction, every decision. The question isn't, am I spending time? Oh no. The question should be, what am I getting in return? One lesson aviation teaches quickly is the importance of preparation. Before every flight, there are things that just must be done. Briefings, planning, checking, rechecking, checking the weather, reviewing procedures, and on and on. To an outsider, it may seem excessive. After all, hey, the airplane isn't even moving yet. But experienced pilots understand something. The time invested before the flight often determines how smoothly the flight goes. The preparation isn't delaying progress. It is progress, because investing time early often prevents larger problems later. And over the years, you begin to see a pattern. The people who consistently invest their time wisely usually experience fewer unnecessary crises. Not because they're lucky, it's because they're prepared. And our lives in general seem to work exactly the same way. I think you would agree. Many of the results we experience today are connected to where we invested our time yesterday. And many of tomorrow's opportunities are being created by what we do today. I had a friend who always talked about things he wanted to do. Read more books, learn a new skill, improve his health, spend more time with his family, and on and on. All worthy goals. Every evening he found himself saying the same old thing to himself. I just didn't have time today. Well, one day he decided to accurately keep track of his time for a week. He wrote everything down. Nothing complicated, just honest information. And what he discovered surprised him. He discovered his many hours needlessly spent on his TV and phone usage, his wasted hours spent watching things he barely remembered, his many hours disappearing into activities that added very little value to him. First time he realized something important. The problem wasn't a lack of time, the problem was his lack of awareness. Once he saw where his time was actually going, he started making small adjustments. Hey, 30 minutes here, an hour there, nothing dramatic. But over time, those small changes created remarkable results. Books were suddenly finished. Goals moved forward. Relationships certainly improved. Not because he found more time, because he invested the time he already had. One of the greatest misconceptions about time is believing we have an unlimited supply of it. We live as though tomorrow is something guaranteed. It's not. Ask a person with a serious illness. We live as though there will always be another opportunity heading our way. Maybe not. Another conversation, another chance. And while hope is important, certainty is not promised. Which is why intentional living matters. Not in a fearful way, but in an appreciative way. Because every day is an opportunity to place your time where it matters most. Here's a simple question for you. At the end of each day, ask yourself, if my time were money, would I be happy with how I invested it today? Not every day will be perfect. That's not the goal here. The goal is awareness, because awareness leads to better choices, and better choices create better outcomes for you. Get out front of your life, plan it, and then live your plan while being joyful, little by little, day by day. The most people I know that are successful aren't necessarily the busiest. They're often the most intentional. They live ahead of themselves with intention, living a plan, working to something, and not just at something. They understand that every yes costs time, while every no protects time. And every day presents a new opportunity to invest in what matters: family, health, purpose, growth, relationships, the things that continue paying dividends long after the day is over. So here's your clue. Spend your time the way wise people spend their money, deliberately, carefully, and on what matters most. Because every day you are investing in your life, and the question is, what return are you creating? Tomorrow morning, you'll receive another deposit, 86,400 seconds, a fresh opportunity, a fresh investment, a fresh choice. Hey, spend it wisely, my friend. Because time is the one currency you can never earn back once it's spent. So spend your precious time wisely. This is the Clue Bird, and the voice you're learning to trust might just be your own. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in today, and my sincere hope that you got something useful out of our discussion. For our next visit, invite a friend to join in with you, and maybe be sure to subscribe. Oh, and hot tip, I would like you to think about what choose and move might mean to you before our next visit. Oh, and don't forget to treat your Clue Bird to some ice cream. He loves chocolate.